Okay, day 2. Let's do this. I just got my pre-workout. It's starting to kick in. I took it like 10 minutes ago, and yeah, I've been just sitting in my car trying to think about what topic I'm gonna do today. So today what we're talking about is how this therapist slash psychologist was able to land multiple clients through YouTube with videos that were getting a few hundreds of views. So 300 views, 400 views, 200 views sometimes, and she was still able to land high tickets clients. Mind you that this therapist slash psychologist was charging for these discovery calls because it is a consultation at the end of the day in her field, and so people pay, I think, around $100 or $200 per hour, and she was able to get 3 in her first month of working together. There we go. And yeah, I'm gonna explain exactly how we did that. So first thing first, she is a therapist, but she still needed to basically niche down. And this applies in every other niche. People that succeed on YouTube are people who need to niche down. This is even something that I personally need to do, but I haven't been doing, simply because most of my clients are coaches or consultants, but I still want to see if I can work with more people, from different industries, different niches, etc. However, I do think it is time for me to niche down. But for this therapist, she specialized in a very specific niche called MCT, metacognitive, I think, therapy. And so that's her specialty. She's not just a general therapist that helps you with anxiety, but she is someone that uses that specific specialty. And so when people search for that on YouTube, on Google, she's basically ranking at the top of search results, because I think she's the only person who's making content in that specialty on YouTube, or maybe there's one more person. But we're getting her content to rank at the top. We're getting her content to basically be better than competitors. And most importantly, we structure the content in a way that converts viewers into action takers. And therapists, psychologists, their target clients or their target patients have really strong pain points. And you don't find that in a lot of niches, because health is something that most people take seriously. So when it comes to payment or charging high tickets for the service you're providing, people are willing to pay what it takes to get a problem solved, or their close ones are ready to pay for them to get help, right? Especially when it comes to health. Same thing with fitness coaching or nutrition coaching. However, there's a little bit, it's not urgent, and you can make it urgent with your messaging, and this is where experience comes into place and all that stuff. But specifically for therapists, it's if you know how to leverage content and how to speak to your target patients, you're going to be able to convert so many more patients and help them solve their problems. So that's the first part. You need to niche down. Who are you helping? What's your specialty that is different from other competitors? Maybe what's your approach? It doesn't even have to be a specialty. It can be just an approach of how you work with clients, and that makes such a big difference. Second thing is staying consistent with your content. This is, one of the main rules of the game. You gotta stay consistent. If you're not consistent, then competition is gonna take over, or you're not gonna have that compound reach of YouTube. You make 4 videos this month and you let them grow. Next month you make another 4 videos, then that's 8 videos that's growing. Third month, etc., etc. Even if these videos are only getting 10, 20 views per month, it's still compounding. And then the more videos you put out there, the more you're reaching more of your target audience. So that's the second thing, consistency. This therapist I've been working with, she's been consistent, and then she reached out because she couldn't convert the viewers. and she wanted to reach, her videos were like 100 views, 200 views, and she wanted to reach a little bit more. So we're doubling that now. We're doubling the reach for her. So that's the second thing. By the way, feel free to send me a message on Instagram if you want to see proof of this. I'll be happy to share the analytics, the proof messages, etc. And the next thing for therapists is your call to action. So for your content, how do you frame your call to action? You could be like, hey, book a call with me if you need therapy sessions, right? That would be the laziest way to do it. However, you can optimize that as well. And it doesn't mean you're tricking people who are watching you. It just means that you're relating to their problems. In other words, you show them that you understand what their problem is really about. Because most people speak to a general public, and if you speak to the general public, you're not connecting to anyone. But if you're speaking to one specific person, and that one specific person, the vocab you use, the way you describe things feels like, oh, this person is like, it's as if I told them about my situation and they know exactly what I go through. They know exactly what I have to put up with every day. Then that just makes the connection easier, way easier. And that's exactly what you want to do. Let's just take right here. Here we go. I hope you guys can hear me. It's raining pretty hard this morning here in Japan. Okay, so that's the third part. CTA, we need to double down on our call to action. We need to show them the value that, why should they book a call with you? Why should they download that guide? How is it going to help them? And most importantly, do you actually relate to these guys? And the fourth thing, especially if you're charging premium prices, that would be your brand image needs to match what you're actually providing. So if you're charging high prices, high ticket prices, and you're promising them this high quality service compared to the other therapists out there, and then your brand just looks cheap, so your YouTube presence, thumbnails that look random, they look like you paid $5, $10 to get those thumbnails done on Fiverr, or your Instagram is a mess, there's no color theme, it just looks messy, weird fonts. Every single thing that you put on your Instagram or your YouTube needs to be connecting to each other in a way that it communicates the quality of your practice without even telling them about the quality, right? And that's one of the main things. You need to make sure that your brand is represented the right way, and for that, trust me, my friend, you can't cheap out on that stuff, because it is an asset for your practice as a therapist or as a psychologist. You're gonna have to invest in that. It's like investing in the front of your like in the front of your actual brick and mortar office, right? Where people come in person and they see, oh, okay, just from the outside I feel comfortable going in. But if they see that it's in a sketchy area, or it looks dirty, or it just looks weird, then the perception of your target clients is going to go down. So that's something else you need to really focus on and make sure it's good. So these are all the aspects that this therapist, Shang, that I've been working with had that helped her since the first month that we started working together actually land her first, not her first, but she landed I think 3 or 4 calls, and then a lot of leads that joined the newsletter. So 4 or 5 calls, and then one of them was a high ticket, so that was like 2,000 euros or 3,000 euros. And so that one ROI, that one investment generated that type of ROI. And then the other 3 leads would basically pay 100 or 200 euros per session. And as you might know, with therapy, you're gonna come back even if you don't sign up for that long-term program. When you tell your story and your problems to one therapist, it's very hard to go and be like, oh, I'm just gonna change and go to the next therapist, because you feel like that's starting all over again. And I think that's the advantage that a lot of therapists have, and that's how a lot of therapists can actually help more people if they really invest in their content on YouTube and have the right strategy to reach their target clients or target patients and actually help them solve their problems. You know, this therapist that I'm working with, she helped hundreds of people. She changed their lives. And that's what I really like about working with people in the health and fitness industry, whether that's fitness coaches, whether that's nutrition coaches. I'm working with a binge eating coach. Love working with her as well, Christina. Like, you guys are actually changing people's lives health-wise, and health is one of the most important, if not the most important thing that anyone can have. If you don't have your health, you're not going to be able to make more money. You're not going to be able to stay with your partner longer. You're not going to be able to do anything you want in this life, you know? And you can't buy it back at a later point. So that's why I actually really enjoy working with people in the health and fitness industry. Two of my clients, Chris and Eric, they're business coaches for fitness coaches, so they help fitness coaches gain trust in themselves and grow their business and help more clients and make more money as well, because the work these fitness coaches do is very important, and undercharging yourself is not the way to go. And when you charge the right price and help the person solve their problem, it's 100 times better than charging a low price and getting a lot of clients and not helping any single one person. And that's something they believe in. Chris and Eric, that's something they really believe in, is that it's not about the money, it's not about, you know, getting more students into their mentorship, but it's actually about helping and having a bigger impact around the globe of all of these fitness coaches, helping more people, being more bold when it comes to their day-to-day marketing, because they shouldn't keep it to themselves. And a lot of these fitness coaches achieved great goals when it came to their personal health, and keeping it to themselves is limiting the impact that they can basically give to other people. I went on a on a rant there, but it's super interesting to me. So if you're a therapist or a psychologist and you would like help with your YouTube, I know that you guys are super busy, and you just need someone who's going to help you from A to Z, either start or grow a YouTube presence, content presence, including Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff, to get more patients, to grow your brand presence online. Then send me a message on Instagram, or you can book a call with me using the link in the description, and then I'll jump on a call with you and understand who you're targeting, what your offer is, and what your goals are, and how I can help you achieve that with the right strategy. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe to the channel. I'll appreciate that, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.